Jimmy has a life of public service. He was chief of our fire department in the city of Hampton. He was assistant city manager, had responsibilities over social services. As the vice mayor, one of the things that Jimmy did, which helped me a lot, was, again, Jimmy was out in the community, finding things out and bringing them back to me. And now that he's mayor, I think the critical thing was that after my 8.5 years was him establishing his own path, and I think he's been successful at doing that.
Being in the fire service, I spent 32 years there, and it's all about helping people. And so, during that time, I'm helping people sometimes in emergency situations, but it just, kind of led to me being more involved in the community, wanting more opportunities to give back and help people in other situations. When
you're talking about being a fire chief, you're also talking about diverse individuals and building teams. And I think the most important aspect of it is building that team. And Jimmy he's involved even now with the Harvard Civic Leadership Program, which also helps develop additional leadership skills and abilities. So I think Jimmy has immersed himself in the things that are necessary to be a good leader. So I can't speak directly to what he did as fire chief, but I do know that when you're talking about leading any kind of organization, you can't be successful at it unless you know about individuals, how to motivate those individuals, how to create trust and respect. And I think the biggest part about leadership is treating one another with dignity and respect.
I'm driven by seeing the joy and the happiness on a person's face when you've helped them in a situation. And that can be as something as big as rescuing them when their house is on fire or they're having a medical emergency, to a college student from Hampton University reaching out saying, hey, are there any opportunities for internships, and being able to connect that student to an internship and seeing the happiness and joy that you bring to them. So I'm driven by being able to assist people in that way and getting results from them, helping them reach a goal that they're trying to achieve or to solve a problem that they're facing. I get a lot of joy from stepping into those situations and getting people and finding the right solution and helping people and seeing then the reaction that you get from them.
One of the things I told people with respect to Jimmy and becoming mayor was that Jimmy was better prepared than I was, that Jimmy had a deeper background in public service, that he more or less checked all the boxes. And so I was comfortable with passing the baton to Jimmy because I knew that he could do greater things than I even did as mayor.
I value relationships with people. Jimmy Eason was one who was former mayor of Hampton. One of the first people that I sat down and talked to when I was ready to run for city council. His wise counsel helped me make the decision that I wanted to get involved in politics. My former mayor and my friend Donnie Tuck, I enjoyed working with him and watching his style and the way he fit in the role of mayor. But I bring my own, skill sets. I bring my own, thoughts of what I want to accomplish. And building relationships are important to me. It's what I look to do first. But yet, at the end of the day, I'm all about getting some results for the work I do. And so, when I think that I've gotten kind of enough of the results I want to see, then, maybe it'll be time for me to move on and let the next person come in. It's really not about me, it's about what I can do for the community.